Hello, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Legacy Velocitron series, which is apparently going to be a Walmart exclusive lineup. This is the Black Convoy figure, which some people could say is Nemesis Prime, some people could say Scourge, and to be honest, it's kind of a mix of both at the same time, and we're going to discuss that. But this is coming from a reviewer, but I am using the images as reference. You could also see the article down in the description below where you can see more of the images. But just taking a look at the tanker truck itself, as you can see, it is a repaint of the G2 Laser Optimus Prime from the Legacy line, which of course does make sense, and I'm actually very happy that we are getting a more modernized and more probably accessible version of the black version of Optimus Prime, because when Takara was mostly doing a lot of their own repaints, not like what they do nowadays where they kind of share the same figure, they would always do a black repaint of the current Optimus Prime. I remember the Robots in Disguise figures. There was the winged Optimus Prime from the Warrior class that was in black and red, and that looked pretty cool. But I kind of miss those days because pretty much every mold would have a guaranteed Nemesis Prime. And it's not like that really stopped, it's just they don't really do it as often as they used to. But this definitely gives the vibe of the Nemesis Prime because it's that front nose truck, the long nose truck, which people can associate with the Scourge or the Nemesis Prime from Transformers Armada. So I do like that. And the colors look nice too. You get this nice teal or cyan metallic color scheme going through with the stripes. You can see that on the front of the cab, and then you could also see that on the back of the truck, which is nice. I also really like the pink transparent windows. It could have been a deeper red, but what I like about the pink is it's a color that really outshines the rest of the toy, which is mostly in darker colors or more desaturated colors. You know, you got the silver and the black and the dark grays in there. I also love the transparent pink in the headlights. I think that looks fantastic, and the trailer looks good too. There's not a lot of colors to it, but that's perfectly fine. I like the silver on those little details in between it, the silver on the actual cylinder itself, and then the black all around it does look pretty good. I think it looks pretty fair. And again, I love the front of the cab. The silver just really pops. And then we take a look at his battle base mode, and again, it seems kind of lame with the battle base mode because you don't really have too much going on the sides. You do have attachment points, so you can add things to that, but it's really for weapon storage and anything that you would grab to attach to this, so that's kind of disappointing that it doesn't have more weapons and claws and whatnot. But you do have the claw at the front there, as well as the gunner on the top, which I think is fine. And you could also see some of the transparent weapons. You can see the orange little battle axe that could be a shield if you want that. And yeah, I think that the alt mode looks cool, the battle base looks cool. Taking a look at the robot mode now, I do like the robot mode, but there are a couple of things that I find weird. Number one, I feel like you should have more gray, because I think if people are going to associate this with Scourge, I feel like more gray is necessary. Apparently people associate this more with the Nemesis Prime because he seems to have more black. And to that I say, I don't know exactly if we could really say one or the other, because from what I could tell, a lot of the Scourges and Nemesis Prime seem to share a lot of the same colors, you know, red on the windows, teal for certain aspects, and then black for the main color. So I can't really associate which one this is. I heard this is more like a Nemesis Prime, but I can't really say for sure. It's just all kind of confusing. But I would like to see a little bit more gray on this toy, and the pink is definitely weird for the transparency on the shoulders. I get why it's there because it's part of the rocket, and I guess it does add more of that kind of pink bleeding color scheme to it, but I don't know, it just kind of feels like it pops a little too much in the robot mode, and it just kind of fills in some of the cracks and makes it look like it's filled in with bubblegum or something, I don't know. But I think the sculpt works here, and one thing to note is that despite the fact that you can use this for a Scourge, one cool thing about it is the Car Robots version of him, which was Black Convoy, which that seems to share the name here, is that it uses the G2 Decepticon logos upside down, and that seems to be the case here, which is kind of funny considering that they could flip those the other way around this time around, but they decide not to. So I guess it's just a reference to that original toy. I also like the blade. I think that's pretty cool in the pink color scheme. I don't even mind the bigger part of the sword. I actually think that looks good with the bold pink color scheme to it. And you could also plug the Matrix of Leadership to the side of that. He will still include that. And I think he's nice. I will say that I like the kind of cyan teal rim around the kneecaps much more on the original toy as opposed to this, but there's going to be some differences between that. I mean, the Optimus Prime has some differences with the colors between him and the original, so just a thing there. But yeah, overall it's fine. I will also say this, that on the back of the arms it has dark gray, which does look pretty good in its old form. So with that out of the way, what do you guys think? Please comment below, let me know. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads, and I will see you guys next time.
AllSpark TV. Now that's just prime.